don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man?
Dating does suck these days. I feel like one reason why dating does suck is because people have dated too much.
Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased.
Along with the sleeping around and the fornication and the premarital sex in this generation, is going to ruin everything.
What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry? What happened to men courting women? What happened to that?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Travis, and welcome to the IPH Theory. Also, I am one half of the Cultural Discussions. Please like, follow, and subscribe to both entertainment channels on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get straight to it. I have a video for us to expand on that I would love to discuss. It revolves around the modern dating scene and how many people claim that they can't find anybody or the dating scene is trash. I got this clip from the Crimson Cures page. I will leave the full video in my description, and I believe she got it from elsewhere, but that's where I got it from. Anyways, let's get straight to this video. I'll be back with you shortly.
I don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry? What happened to men courting women? What happened to that? Back in the day, dating was so much easier and it was fun. Today's dating is hell. You give a guy your number and all of a sudden you don't hear from them until like 3 to 4 days later. What was the point of me giving you my number? If you're not going to text me, I don't get it. The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, oh, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go to a cafe and get to know each other. What's with all the endless text messages? What happened to men actually planning dates? What happened to it? I don't get it. How do you date in today's society? What are some of your red flags and your non-negotiables? I do not chase men. I don't do it. I did it once, would never do it again. No, never again will I chase a guy. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold a conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole goddamn date. I hate it. I don't got time to be dating no guy that don't have no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to sound shallow, but I've dated broke men my whole life. I have. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel and I want to see the world. I don't want you to buy me nothing because I can buy it myself. That's not what I want. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on a trip. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for no Louis. I'm not asking for no goddamn bust down Chanel. I don't even goddamn like designer. I don't. I really don't. Oh, you're just very intimidating. What the does that mean? How do I come off intimidating when I'm the most socializing person ever? Specifically, my ladies, I want to hear how you are dating, especially in today's generation. What are some dating apps you're on? Where do you go to date? And what are just some of your non-negotiables when it comes to dating these men? Because I ain't got time.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it was about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I wish I told you guys that prior, but she touched on many different things. Some things I agree with. For instance, are some men, do they know how to hold a conversation? No, but that goes for women as well. I do think that maybe women, they might hold a conversation amongst each other a little bit better, but let's just say it's a new man and a new woman. If at the end of the day, the man has to have the social skills because, you're not going to approach, you're not going to say anything. Are you even going to greet? Are you going to give a compliment? But like I said, she said so much. Does she want to date a man that doesn't have any money? Of course, a woman doesn't want to date a man that doesn't have any money. And she says she's not looking for the Louis and all of that. And that's, that's fine. I respect that. But she has to talk to her female friends or the ladies who she's around, because let's be honest, dating does suck these days. I feel like one reason why dating does suck is because people have dated too much. People's past matters. If you've had over 30 girlfriends or 10, 15, 20 boyfriends, along with the sleeping around and the fornication and the premarital sex in this generation, is going to ruin everything. It gets to a point where nobody knows what's special anymore, and like I said, she said so much, but some men aren't approaching women these days because some women are rude. We have the Me Too movement. We have feminism. All of that is ruining society. You have men that have approached women in very respectful ways, but they get spoken to in a very rude way that can make you not approach another person. Now, as a man, rejection and things like that, it does build resilience. You just don't get rejected in the dating pool. You can be rejected from a basketball team or a soccer team or any sport that you might be going for. You can be rejected like that. You can be rejected from a job. You might be trying to get into a school and be rejected from a school. So rejection does build a level of resilience. That's why you have to keep trying and trying and trying. But at the same time, sometimes it's all about you. I mean, you're a beautiful woman. How come you haven't found the man of your dreams? I mean, men control dating and relationships and marriages, but you control who gets your number. You control who you go on a date with. You control who you give your body to. Have you given your body to the wrong guys and now you feel like you can't find anybody? You know, there are many men who have probably approached you or who are attracted to you, but you weren't attracted to them. And you don't have to be attracted to them. Everybody's not going to be attracted to you, and you're not going to be attracted to everybody. But yes, dating is horrible these days because we all have to hold ourselves accountable. Why is it horrible? Where have women went wrong? Where have men went wrong? You'll have some women that'll say, well, men want to be chased these days. Men don't want to be chased these days. They want to be respected. Men do want to feel wanted as well. As a man, does he have to do all the work? Does he have to hold the conversation? Does he have to check on you? Does he have to call you every outing? Does he pay? A lot of you all claim that you have your own money. Well, okay, well, if we go out 10 times, sweetie, you can pay for one outing, and if you save me money, that helps me spend more money on you or on myself because, you have investments, we have bills, we have goals, we have dreams, we have aspirations. But dating sucks because is there any accountability for the young women? Where have they went wrong? She also claimed that people say that she looks intimidating. Well, have you looked at your demeanor and your characteristics on the outside? As a man, if you look unapproachable, we're not going to approach. We're not saying you have to have this smile on your face just walking down the park, but hey, you can smile at somebody, you can greet somebody, and I'm not saying that you don't do that. All I'm saying is you have to look at yourself and how you come across. You might come across as rude. You might come across as arrogant. Nobody knows. But there is somebody out there for you. I'm pretty sure you've already met that man, but maybe he wasn't tall enough, or maybe he wasn't fit enough, or maybe you didn't like his beard or the car that he drives, because we're not going to act like many people aren't very picky and don't have unrealistic expectations. None of us are perfect. But like I said, this conversation comes with so many different nuances and key factors and caveats. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Travis. She claims dating sucks. A lot of people are saying that. Have we dated too much? Have we given our emotions to the wrong people to the point where we're all just bitter and cold and we don't see nothing special or anything special in anybody? Have we fornicated too much? Have we had premarital sex too much? There's so many different key factors. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm Travis. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. You know, this was my first time seeing this video. I just went straight off the dome. If I actually listen to this video again, I can list out probably way more things to discuss and topics and subjects. And maybe we'll have a part two. Maybe I'll have a part two with one of my lady friends and we can have a small debate and hold one another accountable. Have a wonderful evening.